Welcome back to the, like, billionth attempt to play this game. That looks like the newest save file. It's been so long. Who knows what I was in the middle of doing last time. Store looks good. Outstanding orders today. Food stuff, pieces of armor. I probably have all those things, but let's double check. Pieces of armor. Yes. I have plenty. Foodstuffs. I mean, I'll be good there. I have like a billion foodstuffs. But melons are down. Melons are where all the money is. Melons is where all the money is. So it looks like blades are pretty worthwhile sell right now. I didn't see anything else that was discounted. So we'll just open up the store for the morning. And then maybe we'll go... Oh no, I left a thing open. I'm running an errand. I've been doing a lot of voice acting over the last couple days, so my voice might be raw. It's left me pretty wrecked. I played Doki Doki Literature Club. 16 hours in 3 days, all fully voice acted pretty poorly by me. I feel like I need to either get better female voices, or I need to just do ridiculous over-the-top male accents for women. I need to get 4 pieces of cold weather clothing in 3 days. Do you think you can get that together for me? Oh shit, I forgot everybody's voice acting voices. Alright, we'll have to recover it. He's definitely not mid-Atlantic. Hello, welcome to Recettear. Hey, do you have my pieces of armor? I don't remember if she has enough money to buy stuff. So I'm just gonna sell her cheap things. Yeah, sell me that. Of course. I have no issue selling you this exact thing. This thing that I want to sell you. That I want you to buy. So that your wallet gets even bigger. I'm here for the foodstuffs. Good. Good, you've come for them. I've been waiting for you. Bash the Stampede. The humanoid typhoon. Is there anything close to 8,000? Oh, there it is. The curry. Yeah, okay, how much? Good. This is enough curry to keep your family fed for an entire day. With 3 meals of curry, both of your parents and you will be completely satisfied. I'll lower myself into buying something from you. A scarf. I'm pretty sure I have a scarf. Legendary scarf. I will charge you 145%. Oh, well, fine. I accept. Not too bad. For a pro. I sold the legendary scarf for 55,000 picks. Miss Recettear, please sell things at me. I will sell you this cloth robe. I don't remember why it's on the showroom floor, though. Oh, you know, there must have been a cold weather thing where a bunch of women came in during the special event. I'm doing pretty good so far. Uriel hasn't combo broken me yet, so I'm in a good place. Well, that seems fair enough. Good evening, Joker. How's it going? Yeah, level up. Hey, sell this to me. Yeah, you know, why wouldn't a magical little kid need to buy a sword called Demon's Bane? Demon's Bane, the legendary sword of all swords. Few are capable of controlling its divine power. Most won't even attempt it. Oh yeah, I can put some durians up front to get people who like food coming in. A smart move. I'm glad I thought of it. Alright. Event in the town square. What could it be? Ah, it's such a nice day today. Bright sun, blue skies, white clouds, happy people. And a collapsed Louie. Yep, already seen this one. We're going adventuring. Alright, let me remember. Previously on Recettear. Does it tell you how many times you went with each person? I thought it did tell you here. So, I am at a part of the game where I severely need level ups in order to advance. Huh. But, there, oh, there we go. 106. Okay, so as long as I have 5 or less adventures on someone else, I will still get the Kalu ending, which is what I want. And I definitely need to keep leveling. So the issue is Nagi or Louie, and I definitely have Louie's equipment ready. And I don't know that I have Nagi's, so I'm going to go ahead and take Louie. And some healing food. Oh yeah, and all these pheromones. I really should probably be saving those for Kalu, but you know. You know. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Excellent. Adventurer movement speed increased. So, how's it going, guys? We're gonna play it safe for a little while. Try not to do anything too crazy that I might have done back when I was playing this game full. Well, I wouldn't say full time, that wouldn't be correct. When I was playing this game nightly, I don't think I've played for a couple weeks now, maybe almost a month. And I need to be more careful. Uh-oh. He block countered me. Block counter, the most powerful attack. This isn't too bad so far. That's right. I anticipated his moves. Actually, I just got really lucky. I used my ultimate eye. Wow, 240 health. That's way more than Kalu with his like 50 health. Jeez. Easy mode Louie is where it's at right now. Just gotta, you know, get myself back into the game. Man, I got wrecked at the gym today, for real. Let's talk about that for a second. I'm getting ready to start hitting back on treadmills and stuff. My local community's got some treadmills, and my personal trainers have altered my workout in response to that. It was brutal. Now that they're doing less leg stuff with me, we're doing a lot of core. And wow, those red guys really hurt. I'm gonna be cowardly backing that guy into a corner and repeatedly slamming him. I basically got half a level so far. Not bad. It was a lot easier than with Kalu. I remember him being quite difficult to level with. Although his DPS output was amazing. He just didn't have any survivability. Or any support skills. though? So yeah, Doki Doki Literature. Oh, wait, I was at the gym. That's right, I was at the gym. So much upper body stuff. And now we're doing this new thing where you do combination exercises where you do 4 or 5 in a row as part of a fluid motion, almost kind of yoga-like. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. It's crazy hard. Individually, none of them are very difficult, but it takes a level of endurance to get through all of them that I really don't have. So I guess I'm gonna have to start getting that endurance. Looks like TwitchCon went pretty well. Seems like a bunch of my friends met each other and met some new people. And so we could be seeing another wave of new tabletop RPG shows launching in the next month or so. I know Eric Vulgaris is launching a Torchbearer game with a very specific Darkest Dungeons aesthetic that he's been preparing. A lot of graphics work and visual stuff where it'll show you what conditions each character has. Could be interesting. That game is still hanging over me. I mean, I don't know if you're trying to make a pun there. If you were, maybe it was unintentional. So, I mean, Doki Doki Literature. What the shit? Well, I guess it's not like I use my SP much anyway, except to spam bosses. Oh, shit. It's an interesting game, Doki Doki Literature Club. First off, the artwork for it is amazing. A lot of people have been making cute fan art for it, but it also has that small problem where it's... how to say this without spoiling the game. It is not a terror game. It's not a dread game. I guess at one specific point of the game, I was dreading doing something, but not in like a, oh, this is dreadful, but more in like a, oh, I know what's going to happen next, and might as well get it over with. It's not a terror game. I wasn't afraid when things happened. I was never jump scared. I was never, oh gosh, this is so terrible. It's a horror game because afterwards, at night, while you're getting ready to sleep, you sit down and you're like, oh shit, that was actually really, really awful, wasn't it? Thinking about that stuff. And it's curious working through the game how close some of those issues that they discuss hit and resonate with me. I mean, I stopped and was very frank and clear about things that happened in the game that associated with earlier parts of my life. Some of them at the same stage of life that Doki Doki Literature Club represents, kind of mid to late high school. Shit's real. Some say too real. Trevor Boy, welcome, by the way. Welcome. I just, right before the stream, downloaded your latest themes off of Patreon. I've been keeping a pretty good pace, like 2 a month, which is good, because I set my Patreon goals to match you for 2 a month, so sticking right at that works out well for me. Oh, what's up, dudes? Got him. I'm gonna get this guy, too. Almost. There we go. I mean, Doki Doki Literature Club isn't accidentally hitting close to home. It very intentionally is covering a subject matter that a lot of people feel but never talk about. Oh shit, do those things shoot? Oh boy. I heard they were pulling, just to switch the subject, I heard they were pulling Blade Runner from the theaters. I hadn't watched it yet. But, I mean, if they're pulling it from the theaters, I probably won't. Ooh, oh no. Sly Mother, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cutlet the Bull. I don't think I need to eat anything. I'm at pretty good ratings right now. Really don't want to fight these guys, though. Such a pain in the butt. Broken Seal. Sly Mother, welcome, welcome. I don't remember much about Blade Runner. It was a very interesting movie for me because I might have actually told this story before, even while playing this game. But I might as well go ahead and tell it again. Oh, you're certainly correct that the original didn't do well in the theaters. That is a for sure thing. And more importantly, is this Doki Doki Adventure Club? Not quite. There's no depressing shit in this game. This is just a regular old anime game about an item shop owner. The little girl right there is the item shop owner. And her pet fairy. Well, pet fairy is a little insulting. And they hire adventurers to go into dungeons to pick up items for them and advance the plot line, while you take the items that you pick up and manage the store to sell them to people. Oh, got him. Where was I? Yeah, I beat Doki Doki last night. I got the full secret clear. There's only one ending I didn't get for Doki Doki Literature Club, and that's the one where you delete the game characters before... Like, you just randomly delete people before the game does. You go into the game's files and start deleting the characters out. And I didn't think that was super worthwhile, but man, you know, for a free game... And for a visual novel, that one's really involved. My visual novel experience is very limited. I did StarCraft 2 visual novel because my good friend and musical artist, Zircon5, did the music for that game, did some of the music for that game. And when he came on my shows, I was like, sick, I want to hear what this guy did. And there's not a lot of choice in StarCraft 2 visual novel. And even if you do make choices, it has no different affecting on the ending. It teaches, the game is about teaching you how to both play StarCraft 2 at a basic level, and about teaching you how esports culture works. You know, living in a gamer house, preparing for opportunities, stuff like that. It really has almost nothing to do with StarCraft in the meta level. Uh-oh. Got him. Got him. So I don't really have that much visual novel experience, or even dating sim experience. I played... I mean, I guess Fate kind of counts. I don't remember there being a marriage system in Radiant Dawn. Not Fate. Fire Emblem. I've never played Fate, but I do follow the Fate wiki. Like, every time I see some really dank Fate art on Twitter, I'm like, cool, who is this character? Oh, Nero Claudius. Well, that's kind of sick. Why does she look like Saber? Why is Gilgamesh so awesome? The King of Heroes. The strongest hero of them all. The holy servant Gilgamesh. The King of Knights. Where was I? Yes, Fire Emblem. Radiant Dawn, I'd had a support system, but I don't think they had marriage. And it sounds like Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia, which I'm probably going to pick up over the next couple of days, also doesn't have a marriage system. Which kind of sucks. I really like the system for Fates. Fates was amazing. Fire Emblem Fates, Radiant Dawn, are not Revelations. It was super great. I like how in the ending you basically get Power Rangered. You're like, alright, all 5 holders of the Fire Emblem, let us come together. I've played what's the other dating simulator game I've played? It's wrapped up in RPG. Thousand Arms. I still need to beat it. Thousand Arms is a very interesting game. And I intentionally didn't date some of the characters because it was a little creepy because they were, you know, like fucking children. And that ain't me. Like Nelsha. Effing Nelsha. She was pretty odd. I mean, you have to date them a little bit just to make sure you get their basic spells. How to put this? It's a game about a swordsmith, and every time you date somebody, you can unlock new spells that they can put on weapons, and their element is what element the weapons become. So, you know, you want to basically date everybody all the time in order to get all the spells and elements. Fire Emblem Awakening seems like it would be up your alley. Unfortunately, I already know the whole story for Fire Emblem Awakening. In order to understand what was going on with some of the parts of Fates, I've had to delve into the wiki, and Awakening would not be surprising to me anymore. Wait, is there just a takoyaki sitting out? Taiyaki? Sitting out, yep. If you're a fan of My Hero Academia, the taiyaki takes a special... Got him! Takes a special significance. Because I am this taiyaki. I need to drop all this useless crap. Iron Spear. I guess anything less than 1500 I'm gonna drop. Ooh. Beware of bears. Looking for that picnic basket. Not bad. Fire Emblem Awakening is more for gameplay and supports than anything else. The story is subpar. Meh. I'll pass. Especially if I'm getting Shadows of Valentia. That, at least, I know nothing about. So yeah, that covers my whole dating sim visual novel knowledge. I might have to throw Honey Pop in there. That's true. I guess Honey Pop, despite being ostensibly a dating simulator, is actually kind of a... Well, no, there are some definite visual, erosion visual novel aspects to it, but it's mostly a... What do they call those? Block 3? Chain 3? I would honestly say that Honey Pop is one of the most embarrassing games I've ever played. In fact, I think this might be the first time I've ever admitted to playing it. Some of that puzzle shit was pretty tough. Trying to set up special giant 5 chains or whatever. You should try Date Almost Anything Simulator. Oh, Jesus. Alright, Sly. I'm going to give you one chance to explain why I should play this game. Because it sounds pretty bad. I'm already facepalming. See, because I've seen Peachy Pixels play like Nico Para or some shit where you date fucking cats. And it, like, turns out that you're, like, some homeless guy who's secretly just been screwing cats in an alleyway or something. Like, that shit's so fucking weird. I don't want to play that game. What the fuck is wrong with you? Sorry to all the Nico Para fans that I just installed. Not really. Go fuck yourselves. Seriously though, don't fuck your cats. That's weird, man. You going to play the weapon dating? Oh, for sure, drummer boy. I am absolutely gonna play Blade Boyfriend or whatever that shit is called. Holy fuck, I'm 100% behind that game. I really like the look of Daggers. I think her name is Valeria, the Dagger. But there's a cat in that. If you go and you look, when they show all of the weapons, one of the weapons isn't a person, it's a cat. I've already played Hatoful Boyfriend. Actually, just last night, I was reading the Hatoful Boyfriend, Bad, Hurtful Boyfriend final storyline ending, because I'd never actually beaten it, but there's too many characters in that game. I tried to fully voice act it all by myself, but with like 20 to 30 people, it's nearly impossible. I would just have to play it for non-streaming purposes, or use the same voice over and over again. I didn't like the voices that I did for Doki Doki Literature Club. I kind of feel like I got better on the second playthrough when I went away from Edgelord. Edgelord voice was really annoying. But even then, I just don't have the vocal flexibility to be very good at voice acting. I also, you might have noticed, occasionally have weird timing issues while speaking, when I get lost in thought in the middle of talking. You haven't seen Blade Boy, or I think it's called Blade Boyfriend, but I posted it in general chat a couple days ago, so if you scroll up, you might be able to find it. I mean, you know me, right? Like, I am, of course, gonna fully be behind dating Bastard Sword. I don't even need to know what Bastard Sword looks like. I know that Bastard Sword and me, we're gonna be great allies. Falchion, Scimitar, the Chinese Dao. That's actually a pretty efficient sword. Butterfly swords, those are actually twin Daos. The Jade Destiny sword. Not a real sword, but... Oh boy, getting wrecked so badly over and over again. Just like before. How much is it? Well, it's not out yet, so nobody knows. Particle Man, Particle Man. If it was out, I'd probably be playing it right now. Oh yeah, unsurprisingly, Doki Doki Literature Club is, not suitable for advertisers on YouTube. I guess I should have really predicted that one. When I woke up this morning and was just looking through my files, I was like, oh, damn, yeah, that makes sense. I've been going back and watching some Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood lately, by the way. I get in about 4 episodes a day. It's pretty dank. Some parts of it are absolutely terrible, and some parts are amazing and great. I remember why this is such an awesome anime. Oh, I just noticed that double defense is on for everybody, which explains why I'm not killing anyone. I should just peace out to the next level. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, Louis doesn't have a run, though. Kit Fox Games? Yeah, I've never heard of them. I guess there's a small chance I might have played something by them, but I'm not usually into indie titles. You finally sign up for Netflix. Yeah, I might be doing the exact opposite. I might be blowing off my Netflix account to get Verve. Well, to maintain my Verve. I feel like I watch way more freaking anime than I do. And here's the thing, I guess I could watch stuff for free on Crunchyroll, but you don't get it in 1080p 60 FPS, and that shit is amazing. Like, some of the more modern anime is incredible. Like, the difference between standard definition and 1080p 60 for the Genos versus Saitama fight, aka the best animated fight that I've seen in anime, wow. Wow. They put some quality-ass effort into that fight. I mean, they blew the animation budget of some small animes on just like 3 minutes of battle. And it was totally worth it. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by the fall anime. Most of the shit animes are being generally ignored, and most of the amazing animes are rising to the top and being really good. I feel like it's even better than the summer anime. You know, we got past Attack on Titan, which varies in quality pretty heavily. And now we've got Blend S, which is unbelievably good. For various reasons. I mean, Blend S is might be my capital choice winner. We got Love Live Sunshine, which is a surprisingly good series, considering it's just a remake of Love Live, where they just mix up the personalities of all the characters. I'm pleasantly surprised. How is Mindhunter, by the way, drummer boy? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I've heard a lot of really good things. JP was talking about it on Twitter. My personal trainer has been enjoying it. She's really into serial killer stuff. She was watching the Ted Bundy Unabomber documentary on Netflix. Speaking of anime, fuck Netflix anime. Holy shit. That Ito thing is so awfully animated. Everything is computer generated. It's barf-tastically horrible. It looks like garbage. The plot is awful. Voltron is okay. The problem with Voltron is that the quality varies very rapidly. The first few episodes of Voltron are predictable and stupid and dumb. And then Voltron picks up in Season 2 and 3, and then in Season 4, it just kind of up and downs. What else? Seven Deadly Sins is an awful anime. I mean, there's... Oh, yeah, I mean, Castlevania. You're right. My bad. I really shouldn't be insulting Netflix anime. Just kidding. Yeah, the level of quality of the new Netflix shows... They just buy everything that they can get their hands on. That's the thing. They're not going for, like, good stuff. And occasionally something that looks bad and is actually amazing slips through. Samurai Gourmet on Netflix is... Maybe it's just my personal sense of humor and aesthetic, but Samurai Gourmet is incredible. It's about a Japanese salaryman who retires and realizes he hasn't been out to eat for lunch or dinner in like 35 years and just decides to go out and get some food. And as he does, he has this problem. He doesn't want to be seen drinking beer in the middle of the day. And in order to spur him on to achieve his dream of drinking beer, he summons the spirit of his samurai ancestor, who appears to sit next to him in full samurai gear, and takes him to a period drama where they go black and white and go back in time, and shows him that you, a samurai, can drink beer in the middle of the day. And every fucking episode revolves around him summoning his samurai ancestor to help him get through food-based situations as he learns to enjoy food again. So it's mostly watching a 60-year-old Japanese man really enjoy eating some fucking noodles or meat or something, with like incredible close-up shots of him eating the shit. But it's just so good. The second episode is actually terrible. You may want to skip past it. I think it's called It might not be the second episode. I'm pretty sure it is, though. I think it's called The Devil's Madam or something. It's completely forgettable. They never reference it again. You can definitely skip past it and just go watch the next episode. Oh, shit. It's so wrecked. Yeah, Samurai Gourmet is a little quirky. But it covers some pretty interesting topic matter. Enemy movement speed increased. That's right. The enemy's movement speed has been increased. How will I block their counters? Block counter. Yeah, I highly suggest. I see some people are pretty interested in Samurai Gourmet. Put it on your Netflix to watch list, for sure. It's worth it. They said that they might do a second season of it, which would be awesome. I do want to stop and talk about Castlevania. Here's my beef with Castlevania. It's also the same beef I have with Voltron. Netflix has this fantastic history of releasing all of the episodes to a thing. Oh, it's not an anime, Drummer Boy. It's a real series. It's a real acted by real people in real places. There's no anime about it. It's anime as fuck. It's the most anime thing you could watch about a person in real life. Well, okay, that's not true. But it's actually super dope. It's not like Shokugeki no Soma where, you know, it's an anime about cooking. So, it's based on an anime. Or a manga, I guess. I think it's called the exact same. I think it's called Samurai Gourmet. But it's completely live action and really doesn't have that much to do with the original storyline. Just kind of the concept of summoning your samurai spirit to help you get through food-based situations. The guy that they got to play the samurai was very convincing, too. Where was I? Yes, so Netflix has given us this amazing thing where we can sit down and watch an entire series in one day. And it's been awesome. It's pretty much their MO, but now with Voltron and Castlevania, they're starting to break the series up into smaller parts and releasing them as seasons. They did it with Seven Deadly Sins too. So they have the rights to end the complete seasons of things like Seven Deadly Sins and Voltron. I mean, they produce Voltron. They already have, let's say, Season 3... Okay, let's put it this way. Season 3 and Season 4 of Voltron are just one season. Right? Each of them is half the length of other seasons. Because Netflix was just like, okay, we're going to put half the show on for the spring and half the show on for the fall. And that's a weird choice for them to make. And they're doing it for all of their animes now, and it's a real pain in the ass. Castlevania is finished. The whole of the Castlevania anime is ready to go, and they literally only did the prologue. They only did up until the point where they decide to go to Dracula's castle. They didn't do any of the bosses. They didn't do any of the story. They just did, hey, here's Alucard, here's Fighter Guy and Mage Girl. I actually don't know their names. Maybe one of them is named Beaumont, I guess. I'm remembering his name is Trevor Beaumont now. I have no idea what her name is, though. Despite the fact she's more useful than pretty much everybody there. With her holy ice magic. Hey, you're Trevor Beaumont of the Beaumont family. They're those guys that summon demons. That line was anime as fuck. Pretty much anytime they talk about Trevor's name, it's always like in the most anime way possible. You're Trevor Beaumont, right? Dynasty Warrior Samurai music. using kitchen utensils. You just need a guy to stand around and go, yo! In order to do samurai music, right? Get some bamboo and tap it against a rock while water's flowing through it. The sound of crickets in the background to indicate that it's summertime. How anime are you willing to get? Just how anime are you? I'm, of course, preparing for my anime show tomorrow night. Using the OVA anime RPG, we're doing the first... Oh, shit. I need to do overlays for the episode 0. Huh. We're doing the episode 0 world and character creation. I'm fairly certain there's going to be a guy... So, I think Tux's character... Sorry, Lily's character has a special sword or something. You know, like a cursed sword. And there's going to be a guy who follows them around and goes like, that sword! That's Dainaka, the fist of the first dragon. That must make you... And then constantly get the name wrong. Like, that must make you Ryotejin Ori of the Ori clan. I've come to fight you. And then next time be like, huh, that sword, that's Dainaka. I recognize it. That must make you Kanzaki Highwind of the Highwind fighting style. Last heir to the Highwind clan. I've come to fight you. And just basically make that a running gag. You know, basically as anime as fuck. Bam! That triple kill. You couldn't be. Ryotome Ori. That must make you Jibo the monk. Do you really believe you can handle that much power? Oh. You got me. You got me, Smalls. Do you think you can command a Titan? Alsbeth promised me immortality. I will give you bonus points if you know what game that's from. I had to do that line so many times. Alsbeth promised me immortality. Man, that fight was so hard on heroic. Actually, Alsbeth was just a difficult fight herself. What a pain in the ass. You know, all these other games are trying to advance the genres that they're in right now, but I feel like MMOs aren't going anywhere. They're kind of still not about personal skill level. I don't know where I'm going with this. I've been a little restless about it lately because it just seems like with games like Rift and World of Warcraft, it's about spamming your macros and getting your timings right and whatever. And in the exact opposite way, Final Fantasy is about massive, sweeping story, single-player experience with some multiplayer elements. But you don't have that many spells. You have a very limited number of abilities. And it's kind of hard to mess them up. I don't know what I'm looking for in an MMO, right? But I feel like with all the advances we're making in video game science, like, Stardew Valley is an incredible game. When you consider that one guy made it, and then it takes all these different elements from games similar to Stardew Valley, and just packs them all into one very coherent experience, it's so fucking fun. And we need to do that with MMOs. We need to have MMOs that are, like, taking the best of everything. Like, VR MMO? Yes, please. Like, Black Rose Online style massive character generator? Sure, let's do it. But we can't just keep doing these, you know, bring me 5 whatevers. That's dumb. And it's a waste of everybody's time. I guess part of the issue is the player base as well. I hadn't considered that until just now, but for games that are truly, truly awesome. A glove weapon modeled after a bird's claw. With this, world domination is in your hand. Maybe. Yeah, it's less than 1,500, but I'm going to keep it because I know who it's for. That's going to be for Griff. That's his weapon. That's right. You're Griff. You know, I'm actually going to keep that egg toast. Iteration is much easier than pushing the medium. That's true. But I'm not looking for iteration. Well, I guess that's not true either. I really want to replay an updated version of Final Fantasy Tactics, but after looking at how Final Fantasy Tactics Advent A2 Grimoire of the Rift looks, I'm not interested in playing that. It's so far away from the base game of Final Fantasy Tactics and takes place, I guess it still takes place in Ivalice, but it takes place during the Final Fantasy 12 era, which I'm not attracted to at all. Final Fantasy 12 was a dumb game. It was terrible and awful, just as much as Final Fantasy 13 was a terrible and dumb game. 12 had some really spammable memes, but terrible characters. I did like Bunny Girl, though. Bella? No, her name was Fran. The race is called Bella, maybe. Her armor design was amazing because her high heels, she didn't wear shoes. She just literally wore an armor-strapped stiletto spike, which she used in combat to kick people in the face, I think. I'm normally pretty hostile about shitty armor design, but Fran's is just so laughably hostile. Let's see how to describe it. Fran is kind of introduced as like this Gal Friday kind of character for Balthier the Sky Pirate, and you expect that, oh, she's gonna be a cute bunny girl. No, her people are a race of like savage berserkers. It's fucking awesome. So I think she's like a close-range brawler plus an archery specialist. Well, I suppose that with the Final Fantasy XII level system, which was pretty good, it was like the sphere grid, but with a little bit more depth and choice to it. I got lost in thought again. I was thinking about sphere grid. I mean, that's another game that was pretty visionary. Final Fantasy X. That shit pushed a lot of boundaries. It doesn't seem like it now, but back when it came out, it was a pretty advanced game. I mean, it was one of the first PlayStation 2 games, right? Uh-oh. Now that was pretty cool. That was a good move. And, of course, what we all need, what we really need, is a well-designed Pokemon MMO. No more monthly, yearly, every 2-year releases of, you know, exactly how it goes. You release a Pokemon game, then you release the remix of the Pokemon game, then you do a re-release of another Pokemon game, and that's your 2 years. You know, you go from Red to Fire Red, go from Ruby to Omega Ruby. What we need is a MMO, ARG, Pokemon Go. You know, you can catch Pokemon out in the world on your Nintendo Switch. You can catch Pokemon at home when you're on the Switch. You play with all of your friends. And not like, when I say like Pokemon Go, I don't mean like shitty, low quality no battle mode style, whatever bullshit. Like a full Pokemon game on the Switch as an MMO and an ARG, where you can just be like, oh cool, I'm gonna go capture stuff in my local area and maybe meet up with other people and use the Switch's Wi-Fi connectivity to be like, oh cool, let's battle, or let's trade, or let's do whatever. Let's see here. I wonder if early access has stolen that sudden advancement feeling. Like now, you can see every game in its most broken state, so even if it does turn out to be game-changing, players are jaded by early access. I mean, early access turned me off of Prison Architect. Prison Architect was slated to be like the new Dwarf Fortress, but there really wasn't super a lot going on with it. It was mostly about shanking people to death. Yeah, thank Cthulhu. I'm not going to disagree there. A Pokemon MMO could go poorly, but let me pitch it to you in a different way. Every generation of consoles, everyone thinks this is the one where Nintendo's going to get beat. How could Nintendo possibly compete with the Xbox and the PlayStation 2? How could they compete with Xbox One? How could they compete with the 360? And yet Nintendo still manages to, if not equal, then oversell its competitors. Why? Because they're pretty fucking smart. Nintendo makes games for families, and they do it in an excellent way. They get casual-ass games that you can play with like 4 people while sitting on a couch. They make Mario Party and Mario Kart. They make Legend of Zelda. They remake the same game 100,000 times. And occasionally they partner up with Square Enix to make some pretty cool stuff. Nintendo knows exactly what it's doing. They aren't trying to make Destiny 2, you know. They're trying to make something you can play with your friends. Of any age. So, if there's one company I could put my faith in, if there's one company I believe could do a Pokemon MMO, it's obviously the company that makes Pokemon, but also it would be Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't do shit half-assed. They make good games. Or to put it another way, Nintendo is not Sega. Fuck Sonic the Hedgehog. How does that shit keep getting made? Seriously. Sonic was only cool back... I mean, Sonic was only cool back when Sonic was cool, right? Like when 2D side-scrollers were revolutionary. And where running really fast was cool. Good day, EQ. We're discussing all sorts of topic matters. I'm jumping all over the place. Right now, it's Pokemon MMOs on the Nintendo Switch. I'd love it, and I don't think they're ever going to do it, but it would be incredible. Let's see here. Nintendo also has games and devs at the top ranks, rather than the suits of most companies, for sure. I honestly couldn't imagine EA run by gamers. It's not just the first game you've seen that has albacore tuna as a weapon. There's also a weapon called the Tuna Shanker in this game. Good evening, Ikumag. Welcome to the darkest domain. This midnight hour. As the sun has set, my power grows greater, until the moon is at its zenith. My dark rage grows as these peasants continue to bother me. Soon I will defeat them and level up, unlocking yet another of my true potentials with my bloodline power. Kekai Genkai. Sharingan. You can use frozen tuna as a weapon. Huh. I know about using frozen tuna as a weapon, because that should have been what killed everybody in Macross Plus, eating a radioactive space tuna. Should have died instantly. Oh man, that last second block was pretty dope, if I say so myself. So, you want to mess with me? Just practicing my random voice out. Oh, whoa. Oh no, guys! There's a yellow knight attacking me. What do I do? Yugs. I mean, that was a very obvious reference. Yugi, what do I do? I got 3 more item spots. I think I'll call it in at level 45 rather than try to keep micromanaging my item list. But making 10 levels of advancement ain't bad. That blade was coated in the venom of the Brazilian wandering spider. Soon a most exquisite pain will cover your entire body. A pain that you cannot escape on the battlefield. Man, if you want to talk about villain design, by the way, let me tell you about Metal Gear. That whole series has incredible character design. It has some really dumb storylines and some incredibly hammy stuff. But yeah, the villains are always great. Metal Gear, a hanger. You're that ninja. Colonel, Liquid, Fox Die. Otakon. Shadow Moses. A Hind D. Colonel, what's a Russian military helicopter doing out? Boss, huh? Now, Metal Gear Solid would probably make a pretty good anime now that I think about it. It seems to make the same kind of anime. I mean, it's almost like someone wrote an anime script and then was like, let's turn this into a video game. The only Metal Gear game you own is Phantom Pain. Well, first off, Phantom Pain is excellent. My biggest issue with it is that they replaced the regular Solid Snake voice actor, David Hayter, who's been the voice actor since Metal Gear Solid, with Kiefer Sutherland. That's my only issue with Phantom Pain. It was incredible. It was a really good gameplay experience. But yeah, I mean, Metal Gear Solid 1 is quite good. Metal Gear Solid 2 is awful. Metal Gear Solid 3 is fantastic. And I never played 4, and I have no intention of ever doing it. My understanding was that it's not a very good game. And 5 had multiple parts to it, but Phantom Pain was... I mean, it was Hideo Kojima's last project for whatever. I mean, I'm not so glad that Kojima's off on his own. That dude is a little weird, man. He does some odd stuff. And without a studio to hold him back, I think he might just go over the top. However, that said, I think, you'll have to double check me on this, but I'm pretty sure that Kojima lent the Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain game engine to the crew of Horizon Zero Dawn, and that's what they use. You'll have to double check the internet for that one to confirm it. But I'm pretty certain that's true, and if it is true, that's super dope, because Horizon Zero Dawn was another fantastic game. An expansion for that should be coming out soon. The White North or whatever. Yes, my machinations have lain undetected. I'm a master of deception. Without me, you would be nothing. I am the true master of this world. The final boss. I mean, you look orange to me, Joker Boney. It's a collaborative engine between Kojima and Guerrilla. I mean, that's a good plan. Because while I might not be thoroughly in love with Kojima, I do like Guerrilla. Didn't Silent Osiris just start working for them recently? I feel like that's a thing. Doesn't look like we're ever going to get Pendragon back at this point. However, Eric Fulguris is keeping on his habit of getting video game designers on as cast members for his shows. Well, tabletop RPG designers, I should say. That would be the correct words. I could say that other thing, but it wouldn't be true. Kazuma. Oh. Steven is a lead now at Guerrilla. Interesting. Ever since that anime about video game creation came out, I think it's called Gamers, and then Gamers with 2 exclamation points for the second season. No, it's called New Game. Is a very candid look at how gaming and game programming and art design works. Fantastic anime. And if you have extra time and like cute girls anime bullshit, you should probably watch it. They encounter all the usual project stuff, too. Just regular project management stuff. You know, people ruining your schedule, constantly changing the deliverables and timetables. Attack power doubled for everyone. So, you think you can double my attack power, huh? Well, I use Blue Eyes White Dragon. Speaking of, I keep watch on a Reddit subforum called Writing Prompts, and there was one a couple days ago about Yu-Gi-Oh! It was really good. About what's his name? Whatever Kaiba's name was in the past. They made it about Kaiba and Yugi in Egypt. Oh my gosh, it was really amazing. They caught all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged style. Wow, that hit hard. I thought it was blocking that. There we go. They hit all of the funniest parts of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. There's some really talented writers on Reddit, and it's kind of intimidating. I asked Steven to let me know if there's ever a junior sound design composition position at Guerrilla. Well, good luck, drummer. Good luck indeed. That would be an incredible opportunity. Huh. I was going somewhere, but now I've forgotten. Maybe I'll think of it in a minute. Well, this is embarrassing, just getting completely brain-frozen mind stumped right on stream. What were we talking about? I was just about to segue into a new topic, too. Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, no! Yeah, it wasn't specifically Yu-Gi-Oh!, but yes. Well, I mean, it was about Yu-Gi-Oh! However, what I was about to segue into was writing prompts. With National November Writing Month or whatever, NaNiWriMo, coming up, I'm still debating whether or not to participate for the first time ever and start writing my Magical Girls novel, my Dark Magical Girls novel, and see if I can get whatever the goal is, right? Like it's 50,000 words or some bullshit, or just do your best or whatever. I've been kicking around ideas for a while, ever since we started doing the Magical Girl game. And I have some stuff, but I'm really concerned given all the fucking... I mean, I'm gonna say there were horrible shitlords to me. There were several people that, on Twitter, were decrying the Magical Girl genre as being, like, pro-female, and that if you don't follow certain attributions and do things a certain way, it's not the Magical Girl genre. And that seems like a huge pain in the ass to me. Like, I don't like some of the tropes from the Magical Girl genre. Some of them are really fucking dumb. Some of them are hilarious. Like, the fact that you can never see up anybody's skirt, even though they fly through the air and stand on top of light poles, and yet somehow they've never flashed anybody. That particular one baffles me to this day. I mean, that has to do with my constant obsession with figuring out the physics of every world. Let me tell you about Ruby in physics, by the way. Not only does Ruby physics not make sense compared to our physics, but they're constantly changing the way physics works every season. Things that happen in one season will no longer happen in the next season. Anyway, so you guys seem pretty positive about me starting and writing this thing, but I've been going back and forth on it. There we go. Oh yeah, and I should definitely open this chest up and get that worthless piece of garbage. Challenging yourself is worth it. Listen, Charmer boy. Challenge myself usually is not going to be the issue. I mean, I don't like the sound of my own voice, and yet here I am recording myself talking for a very long amount of time. Several nights a week. I don't like the way that I look. I feel like my beard is very shitty, and of course, I didn't get braces as a kid, and yet I'm constantly on camera. When I started streaming, I didn't know how to stream. I didn't know how to produce an RPG show. I could GM a game, but if you look at my early shows, my GMing was shit. So I've improved along the way by challenging myself, and I'm constantly trying new show ideas, new methods of audience interaction, trying to push the industry, but challenging myself really is not the issue. I guess you might say the issue is living up to expectations. Which ties back to what I was talking about on the Reddit, which I haven't actually expressed out loud. So what's the blockage in writing? There's no blockage in writing. It's just I didn't want to write it until NaNiWriMo, and now I'm like, I don't know if I really want to do the writing. If I can't live up to the genres, whatever, without getting a bunch of people screaming at me, telling me, no, that's not how you can do this thing. However, there are some very good people on Reddit who are very excellent at writing, and I like to read stories by good writers. And it's intimidating trying to go up against that. Strangely, however, Doki Doki Literature Club yesterday was probably one of the things that's pushing me towards writing. Monica, at the end, during her Just Monica-isms, makes a note of pointing out how you can't compare yourself to top professionals in a field, and that you just have to get started and do things because it's never going to be easy for you. It's always going to be difficult and hard. Even if you think it looks easy for those people, it's still tough for them too. Your first stuff is going to be bad? Thanks, drummer. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Your first stuff is going to be bad. I mean, holding... How to say this? I mean, most... Sorry, this is a little difficult to think about. If you do it for yourself. Oh shit, what the fuck is this shit? Oh god. Oh boy. Oh. Oh, if I turn in the direction of the attack, I can block it with my shield. Perfect. Oh shit. He's actually pretty harmful. This specific story, I want to write it badly enough that I don't want it to be bad. I want it to be a good story. I feel like that with most of my works. I've not been as satisfied with some of my tabletop RPG streams. In fact, most of them haven't been as good as I want them to be. Another positive day, exceeding expectations. The price of metal items has decreased. Oh shit, I gotta pull everything on my shelves. The price of accessories has normalized. Today, I need 4 rings. Tuna shaker. Alright, let me gather my thoughts. Claws, huh? How to say this? When you write a novel, make sure you use lots of tildes. That would be very much like me. My Discord, I use tildes on a regular basis. So, you think you can match my tilde, huh? You haven't seen my secret style yet. Kanzeki Osai. Tilde attack. Alright, so I need to buy rings. I can probably pick up one of each of these. Oh, I already got plenty of those. 21,000. 1, 2, 3, 4. Elden, Doom Reborn. Elden wasn't a dragon after all. The grand end of the saga. 2,000 pages of battles await, if you can make sense of any of it. That might be a direct, Wheel of Time reference. I think it might be better to start with smaller writing project first, though I think NaNoWriMo is more about just writing the amount of words, not making it absolutely perfect. You make an interesting point. Now, that news summary. Reading is reaching an all-time high of popularity among young women. The price of shields has decreased. The price for melons is rapidly falling. I really have a lot of trouble selling shields to the people I want to buy shields. I wonder if people will come in for these books. I feel like I've got a bunch of books. If I could get them to buy them. The legendary scarf. That's right. Now let's see how many books I do have. Oh, I don't have super huge amount. I didn't trigger a flood of young women anyway, so... Could I get this, please? Absolutely. Capitalism ho. Your haggling skills win, miss. I might have missed that actual exchange. Here we go. This is for sale, right? I want to look like that Doctor Who guy. I can't ask you to go any lower. Right, I'll take it. Alright, guys. I'll think about writing this magical girl novel. I was looking for one of these. Yeah. What I really wanted was a fleece muffler to go with this obvious muffler that I'm wearing around my neck right now. I want to double up on the mufflers. I'm here for my rings. Then it's a good thing that I bought a number of expensive rings to immediately sell back to you. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that's okay. That'll do, I suppose. Good, good. Yes, buy the rings, foolish boy. You'll never know that I, Recettear, am the most powerful ring sorcerer in all of history. So, you wanted an accessory, huh? How about this scarf? Oops. Oh, there's actually a category called accessories. Shit, I did mess that up. My grandchildren's been pestering me to get some food. I don't know why the little scamp wants to eat all the time. I don't suppose you've got any of those curry balls, do you? I really love the sticky curry rice. That's code for weed, right? Right? Well, that's a reasonable... Hey, this is actual curry. You can wrap the extra muffler around his forehead as a headband, or tie it around his waist as a sash. The book boom has ended. Really? I mean, I literally had a book up front. Why didn't anybody come get it? Stupid. Baka. I mean, you say that, oh, today's the day where you can't go adventuring, so even if I went outside right now, I still wouldn't be able to do it. Welp. No one spits like Gaston. No one's fit like Gaston. No one neck as incredibly thick as Gaston. As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating. Would you sell this to me, my girl? Well, I was really looking for an ace bow. I was thinking of going out back and hunting some game. Oh, that's right, I live in the middle of a city. I remember the time a little girl came into my shop looking for a book and all I had to sell her was Booze of the World. I mean, that happened earlier. I had Booze of the World on the windowsill and she came in and bought it and I was like, what the heck? Hey, can you sell me this druid mantle? Huh, your haggling skills win, miss, I'll take it. Now I'm a druid too. I can use natural magic. I can feel it flowing through my... Oh no. Nope, that's not magic. Huh, you actually have one. Oh shit, you're gonna buy this, huh? I've been trying to sell this forever. Never, never, and never, never, I sold a book. Hi, how much for this? Well, that seems right. Okay, here's the money. Ah, yes, people who pay in cash, not credit. Ah, little lady, how much for this old cape? That's code word for marijuana, right? Haha, well that'll do. I said, wait, no, this is an actual old cape. What is it gonna take for me to get my medical marijuana? No two drugs, kids. No, I don't need two of the same weapon on the table. I definitely don't need that on the table either. Spiritual robe. That's right. What about a warm hat? Colonel Mustang, you're useless in the rain. I'm not useless. The old Colonel Mustang debate. Hi there, what can I get you? Hey, yo, Recettear, ring me up, please. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Ooh, of course I want to sell this to you. Heh. There's no beating you, Recettear. Yeah, I'll take that price. It's me, Louis the Swordsman. There are not that many people in the shop tonight. What the heck happened? I think I need to check my, check myself before I wreck myself, I guess. Men of character are currently seeking out rusty daggers. The price of metal things has normalized. Today's weather, sunny, possibly cloudy, with a chance of rain and thunderstorms. Basically, nothing matters, and life has no purpose. Store atmosphere. Yo! Whoa! That would be why no one's coming into my shop. Alright, alright, alright. So, we're too plain, huh? Well then allow me to do this. Fancy counter. Huh. You won't be able to handle my fancy counter. It can counter all of your regular counters. Counter. Oh, I'm right back in the middle. Why wouldn't a man of character want a fancy dagger? I'm using a fancy dagger right now. Soon a most exquisite pain. Ooh, get them while they're cheap, am I right? No, I didn't want to go back to the shop. I wanted to go do the event. Damn it. Huh. Haha, enlightenment, a bolt from the blue. Yeah, that'll work, no doubt at all. My genius is so profound, it's scary. Dot, dot, dot. Shall we return home? Hold on a sec, little fishies. I cannot conceive of this being anything other than yet another of your ill-conceived schemes. No, 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 no. What I have in mind is business. Brilliant business. I mean, it occurred to me that because I don't do much business, I'm trying to sell all this expensive stuff on my own. What I need to do is start a business and sell to my employees. Yep, it's the pyramid scheme one. We've already done that. Alright, so it's time to use our new master swordsman, Swordsman Louis. And then hit him up with a bunch of ham sandwich. Obsidian Tower, huh? EQ, are you still doing the drinking game where every time I say dot 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 you have to take a drink? If we did that during Doki Doki Literature Club, you'd probably die, just like in Valhalla. Amanda from Van Von Hunter. Let's see here. Every pair of daggers she had, she ends up breaking. So she became an expert at fighting with broken daggers? That sounds like a pretty good plot point. So, you think you can ... me? You think you can stand around staring ominously at me with your grave-looking face? You don't know a thing about being an edgelord. Let me show you my edgelord powers. What the heck? What the what? Whoa, that's new. ... That is actually pretty cool. I'm not a fan of this music, though. I don't know, I kind of feel... What the shit is this monster? Man, this music really makes me want to play Tales of Destiny 2 again. Too bad I can't get that working over the internet. It would be incredible. I would love to play with my friends. Silk Clove. Think you can come at me? It's too late. I've already seen through your moves. So here's the thing I'm worried about, EQ. I think Lexi might go a little overboard cosplaying as her character in Restart. That girl, you tell her that there's something that you could wear a costume to, she's already got a layer of makeup and like 4 different outfits ready to go. She really likes costumes. Might get us in trouble. No. No, you guys will definitely get yourselves in trouble. So there's this thing in the Pokemon anime where all of the water gym leaders all wear bathing suits under their clothing and take their clothes off in one swoop just to have their bathing suit on. I think that's what Lexi must do. She's just always ready to go swimming. Except in her case, swimming is wearing a dank-ass costume she designed. You got skills. I wouldn't say Valhalla was a pretty good game. It was interesting. There was not a lot of difficulty to it. Some parts of it were very confusing. Like that guy whose orders were all cryptic as shit. It's too bad I never actually finished the game when my hard drive died and I lost my save file. And, you know. What the heck? Well, can he get back over here? There he is. I got to the very end of the game when my hard drive crashed. And it was literally 2 days before my backup hard drive was arriving so that I could make a backup. I mean, of course that makes sense. Well, at least now I have a backup hard drive and a backup hard drive, and I keep the disk image ready to go. I'm never gonna suffer that indignity again of being a month without a computer because the hard drive and the graphics card and the motherboard, whatever must have happened, completely destroyed the electrical system on my computer. But upgrading to a 1070 was a big, big jump in graphics quality and my ability to stream stuff. And getting a fresh new CPU out of the deal, not bad. Every time I buy a Dell computer, I always get the 4-year warranty. All 3 times I've done it, the computer's broken right near the end, and I got a whole fresh new computer out of it. It's a pretty brilliant thing. Actually, my warranty's expiring in like 3 days. And I'm not going to re-up it because I've literally had all these all-new parts except the DVD drive for less than a year. I think it can carry me right up until 2 or 3 years from now when I get a new computer. With whatever the replacement for the 1070 is. It's been a good year for computer parts. Now we've got 8-core and 6-core CPUs available on the commercial level for a reasonable price. Graphics card. You should try building a PC from scratch. I've done that several times. I built a PC from scratch for myself. I helped a friend do it. By helped a friend, I mean we bought the PC and we bought the parts and then we made it ourselves in my basement. I mean, you guys say it's always the best option, but again, I need to go back to Dell and Alienware. Their 4-year warranties are incredible. Like, I never have to worry about customer service or anything like that. They will always pick up the phone and send somebody out to fix my goddamn computer. It's just a time issue. Like, I don't want to have to hassle with that shit. I don't want to have to run tests or swap parts. If I'd had to do that for the problem that I had last time, it was pretty terrible, right? Like, I had to replace everything. The guy had to come out with all new parts. If I'd had to test that one by one to be like, oh, it was the CPU. Well, the CPU's not working, but also not the graphics card, and also not the memory, and also not the power. Like, everything in the computer was burned to a fucking crisp. I wouldn't have wanted to have to test and go through that agonizement, and then whatever, you know. Buying from Dell has worked out pretty well for me. By the way, Dell, I'm available for sponsorships if you feel like giving me one. Huge fan of Alienware, always used it. Except in college, which is when I built my own computer. And I mean, I've swapped parts in. I took out my two 960s and replaced them with a 1070. So, and I am an electrical engineer. It's not like the inside of a computer is some sort of mystery to me. Building electronics is what I do. More so than, I would say, some electrical engineers. Since I'm not specialized in power systems or programming, I specifically specialized in antenna design. Building things is pretty much exactly what I was educated to do, even if I have yet to actually maintain antenna systems beyond their most basic core. And the horrifying time someone left the fucking radiation cover off of the goddamn military-grade antenna. Holy shit. I mean, that's not just a fireable offense. Someone could have died from that. It wasn't me, by the way. Obviously, I didn't leave the radiation cover off. I don't even know why you'd take that shit off. Especially while it's in operation. So dumb. So dumb. Aha! Gotcha. I learned a lot at the FAA. Not a lot of it useful, but I learned a lot. Also, I learned at the FAA that my colleagues, for some reason, were always going and looking in my car to see what I kept in my back seat. Apparently, I had a reputation for putting weird stuff in my back seat, because I would keep clothes or board games. I still do that. I still keep clothes and board games. I always keep blankets, some bottles of water, some board games. Well, now I keep the board games in the trunk. Sometimes I put a seat back there. Basically anything you'd need to survive a car disaster if your car broke down somewhere where you weren't prepared to be. And I keep the board games just in case I ever run into my cousins. you know, it's super lazy and I really should get them out and put them back in, but it just feels like every time I meet up with them, if I don't have them back there, I won't have them ready. Speaking of, that's right. I did just get my cruise documents. So I'll be going on a 4,500 person cruise to the southern and western Caribbean. Mexico, Jamaica, etc. The ship is almost twice as big as the last one. So I'm going to have to maneuver myself very carefully because I'm a big guy and I take up a lot of space. So I'm going to memorize the map of the ship, of course. I always do that because I don't want to get Titanic. But I should also have the ability to post on the cruise forums, which means I can check and see if anybody wants to play D&D. What are my plans for this vacation? It's from December 3rd to December 15th. My plans are to buy Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia and maybe another DS game to finally beat Pokemon, which I was supposed to do on my last cruise, but I forgot my DS charger. And, what else? By that time, Battletech and Restart should have been underway for at least a month. So I'll probably use that opportunity to do some world building and lore building. The last cruise I went on was where I started coming up for the ideas for both of those games to finalize them. So I'll probably put some work into the new games. Doki Doki Literature Club has got me thinking of how to do horror correctly, or more the way I want to. I mean, the thing about Doki Doki Literature Club is that while it occasionally had jump scares, it really was more my style of horror. It wasn't just about like, ooh, this is so terrible, but it was about existential shit, where later on you're like, holy crap, that's true, or holy crap, I can't believe that happened. That's the kind of horror I want to do when I run a horror game, especially if it's set in the modern world. So, probably during the cruise, I'll be doing work on... It's going to be hard to think of while also playing this game, but I'll start listing the show ideas that I've got. The horror game Silent Legions, which is the Stars Without Numbers system set in modern Cthulhu. I've already done all of the prep for it, but probably I'll have to go back and redo some prep. Like, we've already got all the weird Lovecraftian gods custom crafted, and cults, and aliens, and weird artifacts, and historical figures and stuff like that. We've already got all that down. But what I don't have is the specific style of horror that I want to tell. And also the adventures and stuff like that, like the backbone. So that's a game that's probably up. The Burning Wheel Court game, I'm actually starting to look for people for that now. I mean, if you know how I make tabletop RPG shows, I usually find someone to headline a show, and then ask them if they want to be on it, and then work on finding people that will work with that particular person well, in order to make the show that I want. And I found my headliner for the Burning Wheel Noble Court game, which will revolve around a Machiavellian figure who's like the prince. You know, he's the guy in charge of a noble court, like a county or a barony or a duchy or something. Just like a large set of land in the backcountry, desperately trying to become more relevant. And the players will play as people who are in that court, trying to get their agendas pushed through. So whether they're clergymen trying to get specific doctrine allowed in the city, or whether they're guild leaders who are trying to get, you know, extra tax rebates or whatever, or whether they're huntsmen trying to get access to specific land. The important part is to set up a scenario where everyone spends a large but not complete amount of time in the court, attempting to maneuver the prince and his attendants and his chief of staff and the other players into positions to either support or not support themselves or other people, right? Like, sometimes it might be as simple as being, hey, the church wants to do this, and that's bad for our guild. let's make sure they can't do that by countering them. I want to get that Game of Thrones aesthetic without all the fucking murder. The log horizon, if you will. So I want to put some thought into that while I'm on the cruise, especially because over the next month, I'll probably be recruiting for that game. And I'll need to flesh out backstories and worlds and all that stuff. I'm having trouble remembering what the other games I have on my docket are. Probably it would be a good idea for me to start writing some of this stuff down. But I'd like to keep it in my head, you know. Kind of goes back to that thing about writing the Dark Magical Girl story and my tabletop RPG shows. Let's go back to that, because this will be sufficiently depressing. They're never... My shows rarely turn out like I want them to. Usually they're okay, but not great. They're not where I want them to be. I've been told, specifically by EQ in chat, that I'm very controlling, but I don't actually see it that way, because if I was, probably the shows would be a little different. I do, however, want to encourage my artistic vision onto the screen. However, I don't want to just ram it down people's throats. And also, I'm occasionally fucking awful at it. There are whole storylines that I've run that I absolutely hate. Snake Island for Okeanos. Anything involving the Elven people in Winter's Edge 2. Anything involving Beaumont from Winter's Edge 1. Thanks for the bits, Sly Mother. Of course I'm not going to let it go, EQ. The point of criticism isn't to let it go. The point of criticism is to learn from it. I mean, some of your criticism wasn't wrong. I absolutely agree with it, and it's things I need to work on. Some of it is more difficult. Your criticism was... Don't... It sounds like you're upset about my criticism of your criticism. Don't think it's that it's you specifically. It's that you're the only one who did it. Yeah, you just said it in chat. You're the only one who's actually done it. Rich, Lucas, Rad, they've given me nothing to work with. Even in general, when I ask people for criticism, I mostly get it from you, EQ. You're like, yes, someone told me this the other day, but they were afraid to tell you. And I'm like, well, shit. I don't know why people are afraid to tell me their criticisms. Although now that I've been treating EQ as, well, he believes I'm treating him poorly. Maybe that's why. My rather bitter sarcasm. So, to jump back to my point, the important part. There's a song that came out, I think in the 90s, that was something like... It might have been about playing a piano, but anyway. There's a line that always stuck with me about threatening the life it belongs to. Are they afraid of GM retribution? Well, they shouldn't be, since the audience is the one that's telling me. And I don't think I'm a very retributive GM. In fact, I'd like to think that I'm not retributive at all. Like, in one sense of the matter, Koibu is probably the most retributive GM in the entire world. He literally goes on other people's shows and is like, next time we play together, I'm gonna kill your character. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. Let's see here. The stories that I have, that I want to tell, you know, Matt Koval was just talking about this on a podcast, well, on his channel the other day, that players tell stories of their character and not of the adventure. When they sit down to tell other GMs and game designers about what happened in a game, they don't sit down and say, this is what happened on the adventure. They say, this is what happened to my character. I think they're worried after you mentioned the fact you didn't talk to your father for a couple years over an argument. I didn't. Wow, that is a misconstruing of the situation. I did not talk to my father for years over an argument. I did not talk to my father for years over the fact that he made an ultimatum to me. One that was completely unreasonable of an adult to make to another person. And I said, until you fix this, we aren't going to speak again. And it wasn't a couple of years, it was 5 years. My father was a jackass, and he died being a jackass. How much to say? Since technically if I told you too much about my father, you would be able to Google it since he does have some minor fame, and then you might be able to learn more about me, so I'll have to be careful about what I say. However, let's see. My dad wrote analysis novels of popular television shows. He liked breaking down the statistics of reality television. True reality television, not like scripted shit, but, you know, taking real people and forcing them to do tasks, that kind of stuff. And in all his books, his conclusions were that, now, he would bend this statistical evidence or whatever in order to support this theory of his. But all of his books supported the idea that a solo woman or woman-woman teams or all-female teams would always do worse than any other combination of players on any type of game. When my dad was much younger, he would tell his sister, my aunt, that girls couldn't play football. So in response, she became a college coach for a national football team, or a college football team that was at nationally rated or whatever. They were very good for a while she was running them. And just... Could you imagine doing that? Setting your whole life goal to be to prove your older brother that he's so wrong and such a sexist jackass? My dad was an asshole, guys. Sorry. I mean, he died being an asshole, too. I definitely don't want to go into how he died, but his death was easily preventable, and he decided to just tough it out to be a man, and literally, quite literally died for it. He was just like, I don't need to go to the hospital for this incredibly common condition, and oh, no, now I'm dead. Just awful, awful person. So yes, I am very bitter towards my father, and I do shit-talk him a lot, but it's only because he deserves it. Level 49, huh? It's gonna be a boss fight next. Well, now that I've depressed the audience with that particularly cheery set of facts, I really do want to jump back to the thing I was talking about earlier, and I've been trying to probably express all night, just poorly. I don't know how to say it that well. So, how to put this? I have stories that I want to tell in a specific way, and I rarely get the opportunity to tell them exactly like that. Winter's Edge 1 was supposed to be way more about the situation with the Knights, the revelation of the XCOM universe. We barely touched any of that at all. And now with Winter's Edge 2, it's the exact opposite. We're supposed to be telling the story of a kingdom during a time of peace, and we end up telling a story about the Knights. I had prepared for this grand political drama for Winter's Edge 2, and now I'm shuffling through all of my old Winter's Edge notes, because Solfang is so enamored of the stories that EQ and company have told him about Winter's Edge. And it's fine. I don't get to tell the stories that I want to tell. I tell the stories that the players and their characters want to see. And that's kind of what Matt Colville was going over. That you never hear GMs telling each other about each other's adventures. What you hear are people telling other people about their characters and what they did. The adventures, normally, don't matter that much. Who gives a shit if you're in Barovia for the 15th millionth time and you're running, you know, the 1 millionth game of whatever that Barovian adventure is. Someone will jump in here and help me. The one with Strahd. Oh, Crystal Strahd. Yeah, of course. Of course it's called Crystal Strahd. This is about Strahd. Anyway, so the point is, no one cares about Crystal Strahd, right? I mean, sure, you're like, oh, great, it's another Raven, whatever, loft, blah, 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 blah. But we've done Ravenloft so many times before. We know how it's going to end. We know roughly what's going to happen in it. It's not about the adventure. It's about what your character does, right? That's what people think. And for the most part, they're right. However, occasionally you do get it the other way around. I was particularly impressed recently when one of my players, Lucas, asked to get all of my notes from Okeanos so he could run the Okeanos game himself to other players. That's fucking cool. That's literally the only time anyone's ever asked me to do that kind of stuff. But it's so rare. You don't see it anywhere else. For instance, I have no inclination to play in Adam Kobol's Court of Swords world. I don't care about it. It means nothing to me. It's a vehicle for telling interesting stories with interesting people. So, as much as I have these stories that I want to tell as a role-playing game GM, I rarely get to tell them in the way that I want to, or even at all in some cases. Because I realize it doesn't matter. As much as I like the idea of Carladin the Bard, if people don't like Carladin the Bard and don't want to see him on the screen and see all this stuff that he's doing, I'm not going to cram it down their throats. The things that people are interested in, they'll keep picking back up. However, Carladin will probably be making a reappearance in Winter's Edge 2 quite soon, I think. However, you know, for the dub of Spice and Wolf, they use the word however so consistently. I'm guessing that whatever that's called, the conjunction, whatever type of word however is, you know, chaining two sentences together with a negative, must be used consistently in the script and the manga for Spice and Wolf, because they're like constantly, however. You might wonder why I'm sitting around here still fighting on this level. It's because double XP. I want to get everybody I can while I can. The NPCs you love have a large chance of dying. Or the other way around. NPCs you don't care about too much will end up being adopted by the players to become a fifth member of their crew. Like a dog and a pirate who they have to kill. And somehow they never do either. As much as you can try to predict and anticipate players, they're just gonna do weird shit. It makes perfect sense from their point of view. Even if you had a Sharingan eye, you still wouldn't be able to anticipate all their moves. I know I said I was going to try to get as much XP as possible, but wandering around to pick off one or two guys isn't really working out. So let me just crack my knuckles and my back and my neck here real quick. Let's take a second to flex before going into this boss fight. I have no idea what I'm about to face. I've never been this far before, so welcome to the new shit. Well, it's Griff again. Alright. I don't remember Griff's voice, but he is a super edgelord, so... So, you have reached the top at last. No, that doesn't feel like Griff. So, you've reached the top at last. No, that still doesn't have... I feel like that was the exact same voice. So, you've reached the top at... No, maybe some Lysander off. So, you've reached the top at last. Riff, what's going on here? What are you doing? The monster you see here has been sealed in this place for ages. No, calling it a monster is inaccurate. Better to call what slumbers here by the proper title. An archdevil. An archdevil. For ages he has slept. And now, the time has come to awaken him. If something like that is loosed upon the world, upon Pensy. Above all else, what the race of demons needs now is power. So many of us hide away and lock ourselves away, like cowards and sheep. We need the power to challenge our enemies and revive the warrior spirit of our people. We could survive no other way. If no one else will bring forth such power, then I will. Then I shall. No way. Do you understand now? To humanity, demonkind is nothing more than a source of fear, a foe to conquer, and demonkind is all too happy to reciprocate. Our future is naught but mountains of skulls, with rivers of blood running between them. This is the destiny of our two kinds, as it always has been. Man will fight demon, and demon will fight man, until one ceases to exist. There can be no other way. There can be no other way. Shut up, this is dumb. What? Riff, you're trying to become some kind of Lord of Darkness, right? Lead demonkind to a new age of strife and stuff? What? Well, yes. That is the general idea. Lord of Darkness in this day and age? Please tell me you're not actually serious. What is? Is there something wrong with being a Lord of Darkness? Obvious objections aside, that is. Well, it's good to have a big dream and aim high, and conquering the world and covering it in darkness and a lack of candy is definitely a big dream, but still. A darkly handsome demonic overlord who only wants war and suffering, and uses an ancient sealed evil to achieve his ends? Nowadays, are you serious? People will just laugh at you. I'm kind of embarrassed just listening to all this. Oh yeah, that everybody kills everybody forever stuff is dumb too. But the Lord of Darkness stuff is just... man. Well, having put it like that is certainly... Oh, sorry I got a little carried away. It matters not either way. Soon, I'll have the power of a Lord of Darkness. Opinion be damned. The Archdevil is only half awake, but so long as I have his arm, come, face me! Griff, you remember what you said when we met last, right? When we next meet, if you can still think of me as a customer. My opinion of you hasn't changed at all, you know? Please, when this is all over, come by the shop and buy something. I see. I did swear to, didn't I? Well then, see if you can stop me! He's attacking. Defend ourselves! Griff in the Archdevil's arm. He who would something dark side. Oh shit! Oh fuck. The whole stage is on fire. Everything is terrible. Oh shit! Ah, this guy's got a lot of health. Oh boy, whoa, shit. Sorry, I know there's a lot of chat right now, but I'm not gonna be able to read it while I'm getting super wrecked. Oops. Oh man, my combo attacks are where it's at, yo. Oops. Huh. You think you can come at me, Griff? The power of darkness consumes you. Oh shit, what the fuck was that? Did I really beat him? I felt like he had a lot more health than that. Ugh! Griff. What? No. Run quickly, go! But the Archdevil is going berserk. At this rate, I won't be able to control him at all. If you want to live, flee now. You have to come with us, Griff. ... You are a unique girl, Recettear Lemongrass. Forgive me, but I must stay. I'm going to reseal everything left here. What? Don't misunderstand me. I simply have no use for a power I cannot control. That's all. I still intend to bring the power to demonkind. Just not this way. Griff. You. Fairy. No. Tear. I leave the rest in your hands, do you understand? I do. Wait, Griff! Now hurry. Go. Wait. Remember, you promised you'd come to the store, don't forget. Darkness. Come, Recettear, we must hurry. Griff. Hey, Tear. Do you think I had a right to oppose what Griff was doing? You were rather blunt with him. Oh, I knew it. However, there it is. There it is. Just spam however as much as possible. I do not believe he was seriously attempting to kill us at any point. He would have been far more brutal if he truly wanted us dead, and yet he was not. I cannot help but to think that he wanted us to stop him on some level. Here. Let's go back to the store, okay? All we can do now is work as hard as we can. Indeed. Let us go home. However... ... However... ... Alright, I should be able to recruit Griff now, if I remember correctly. So let me just pull up the wiki real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Recettear wiki. Griff. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Once defeated, Griff will randomly appear at the shop as a customer and can be befriended by making deals to him at prices he likes or by having his true card. Once befriended, the next time he appears at the shop, he will give his business card to Recettear. Be sure to open the store in the evening or night and make it look dark so Griff will visit. Well, that's great. I like opening at night. Alright, let's see what Chad has to say here. I kind of feel like you should have had this discussion with Eric, and now that Burning Crowns is over, see if he will tell you how often he was caught off guard by your decisions more than anything else. Let's see, how in-depth to go on this. Eric's lore and history of Burning Crowns was inconsistent. At first, he started keeping track of what was going on and circles and stuff like that, making clocks. However, as the game went on, it became apparent that with all the contradictory things he was introducing, he wasn't really keeping track of what was happening and just went with the flow. That's my opinion, and it's not a very good one. It sounds negative, but only because it is? I don't know how to say it better than that. A kinder way. Unfortunately, I'm kind of a jackass. Burning Crowns was often about getting what you wanted your character to do done and hoping that there was enough time to get it done. But we kept running into these weird things that Eric would throw at us where it was like, well, secretly everybody's a dragon. And then it's, well, secretly one of your party's members is a dragon. And secretly it's just one dragon all along. And then that brings up all sorts of questions like, if it was just one person being many people all the time, where did all of the kings and queens come from? just odd. I should probably talk to Eric about a post-Burning Crowns sit-down with him at some point and see how right I am. It was just frustrating. Burning Crowns is a very unique role-playing game, however. Hello! Ah, little Recettear. Oh no, sorry, old guy. I'm an old man. Nope, that's not old enough. Little Recettear, working hard, I hope. Nope, that's still not the right old guy. Are you out on a walk, sir? That I am. I'm a crazy old man. Yep, right here. I make a habit of getting out of the house on days like this. Walking in the sun like this is good for the soul. Ah, yes. Clear days do feel nice. You stay indoors during periods of inclement weather, then. Haha, no! Sun's good for the soul, but rain hardens the body. Besides, oh wait, we already did this one. This is the guy who's always going out. Here we are in the chapel again. When I was little, I used to come here a lot, actually. Really, I must admit, you do not strike me as the pious type. Ah, it's the candy discussion. Man, I just keep having the same conversations. What do I need to do to move the plot forward? This might surprise you, Joker. But frank, real talk rarely happens in the RPG community. People get upset when I say things like, the price of food has increased. The price of accessories has normalized. This year's cold season will come late, experts say. That's not what they say. People get upset when I say things like, this GM has been a problem. Most specifically, I'm usually referring to Koibu in that case. But it's only because Koibu brings the entire industry down with some really shitty practices. There I am, still slamming on him. I have a lot of these out. Probably should replace them with more useful items. I feel like tabletop RPGs as a broadcast have evolved quite a bit over the last few years. From about 5 years ago to 10 years ago, it might have really just been Penny Arcade and Dawnforged Cast doing major broadcasts. The sound quality, the storylines, they weren't the best, they weren't the greatest, they weren't what we could have thrown. But over the last 5 years, with roleplay, Critical Role, and Misclicks, and a number of other communities, the level of quality is increasing, but certain GMs, they gather audiences and tell stories that really set back the community as a whole. People see those examples and think, this is okay, this is alright to do. Obviously this person does it, so I should do it too. And that's a dangerous place to be. Hey, I asked for cold weather clothes, you got it? As a matter of fact, I don't know. I mean, that says for a road, but also I should probably have those boots, right? Did I miss boots? Nope, here we are. Uh-oh. Don't have cold weather boots. So I guess I'm gonna have to go all in and hope that this... For a robe, it says warm. Well, if it's not warm, then I'm about to get wrecked. Yes! Yeah, that sounds about right. So what do you guys got going on this week, now that I'm circling around depressive talk like that? This is desired. I comprehend. Do the robot. Bop, 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 bop. That's actually the hustle. Ah, little lady, how much for this? I'm an old man, and I'd like this fleece muffler for my grandchild. That's a good price, I suppose. No, hey, I'm back again. I need these tough clothes, also for my grandchild. Yep, even though it's the middle of summer, and the crops just got harvested, I'm gonna send out my young child into the woods with, you know, these tough clothes and that fleece muffler. But at least they'll be warm. So, I recently got my hands on this. Interested? To own a cat. Gee, yeah, you do need a novel in order to know how to own a cat. That's for sure. Destiny 2, huh? Or a Wall Gundam? I guess I liked Destiny 1 for as long as I played it, but I stopped right around when they switched all the voice acting up. Hey, I want to order 3 rings, and I want them in 3 days. Make sure you have them. I'll accept that order. I'll be prepared to fulfill it at any time. Mommy asked me to sell this. Huh? It's really that cheap? You just broke my just combo, kid. Now I didn't get any XP at all. Damn it. Hi. How much for this? Yeah, that'll do. You never really played the first one, but watched a bunch, and the beta felt really good. Huh. Well, the storyline is a little strange. I'll lower myself to buying something from you. A hat. A hat. I bet I have a hat. I've got a magical hat. You actually have it. Little wonders never cease. I suppose I can deign to accept... Well, I guess it's actually deign. I suppose I can deign to accept that. The price of weapons has increased. The Rusty Dagger boom has ended. Best-selling book Sister's Struggle to have a sequel announced. Question mark? Right, so it's nighttime. I want to make sure the store is dark in order to attract Griff. But right now the store is light. Far too light. With lightness this bright, my dark power will never be unlocked. I must unlock heretical wallpaper. Dun dum 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 dum. Bum 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 bum. It's Griff. It's here. I did swear. Am I bothering you? No. No, not at all. Welcome to Recettear. Griff, something up? I still despise humanity and the Fae. I hate them with the power of 1,000 blazing suns, but it took more of my strength than I would have liked to reseal the Archdevil. There's no way for me to return to the realm of demons as matters stand. There's only one reason I'm here. And shopping here. I see, well then. That means you've got all the time in the world to come to love this place. Humans, fairies, even this town. You'll love it all someday, I guarantee it. Your guarantee simply fills me with confidence. See, wait a minute, you're being sarcastic. That's mean. It would seems my exile won't be dull, at least. Yep, we're still on Kalu Run. Welcome, looking for something special? Fuck you. No one likes Ioria. Mommy asked me to sell this. Ugh. I have so many treasures right now. Okay. Ooh, this is nice. I'd like this warm hat. What's a Kalu Run? I'm glad you asked, thank Cthulhu. Here's the answer to the question that you have asked. Every time you beat this game, you get the adventuring card of the person who you dungeoned most with. And then, when the game restarts, you automatically give that card to that person and have them available and unlocked. In order to unlock the final character, Arma, you need to have everyone else's dungeon card. Well, I guess it's called their true card. So, I've already got Charme and Louis. This run, I'm getting Kalu's. And I need to get all of them in order to unlock Arma as a character, who's the robot golem who comes in. Let's see, Jim. Sorry about bailing on the 40 minutes of text reading. I was exhausted last night and needed something more... Listen, there's no problem with bailing on... It wasn't 40 minutes, it was 60 minutes. And there's no problem with bailing in the middle of listening to just Monica do Monica things. Did I not get Noggies? You might be right. I'll look at my inventory and see which ones I have. Little lady, I'd like to get 3 hats. If I come pick them up in 2 days, will you have them ready? For some reason, instead of being an old man, I guess I'm a 1940s radio broadcaster, eh? Huh? What do you see? What do you do? So, this is the legendary. Recettear, sell this to me, please. Oh, wait, no, he's like Jerry Taylor. Hey, Recettear, this is the legendary full helm. I've heard about these before. Sell me this one. You spent 12 hours drywalling Friday and Saturday night and spent all yesterday prepping for classes. Man, I'm telling you, there's no problem. If you were too exhausted to listen to Monica say shit about how there is no God, that's perfectly fine. It's not for everybody. In fact, I released the whole Doki Doki Literature Club on YouTube, all 4 videos of the playthrough, and nobody's watched the Just Monica part. Everybody skipped right past it and gone to the secret final ending. My wife's been getting up my shorts about getting a weapon. So, you want a weapon, huh? How about Demon's Bane? That's it! I wanted that specific sword. The legendary and incredibly rare unique weapon Demon's Bane. How do you have it? Yeah, that's a great price. I'll take it. That'll do. So this here thing got donated to me by a rich old man. The problem is he kind of wants it back. How much will it take for you to take it? Yeah, that price will do. I kind of hope a possible character death in the horror game you're talking about is being deleted by the villain. Make your saving throw against tech saves. Well, you've been deleted out of this role-playing game. You die instantly. I mean, Charme is always about having you fence shit for her. That's the whole reason she comes here. Worn Sorns are currently in with pensioners. The price of sweets has normalized. To the person who bought leeks at the market, you forgot your change. Well, so, you want worn swords, huh? That's something I'm not going to do. I absolutely, with only 3 worn swords, do not want to trigger that event. I wonder if I can get Griff to come back a second time tonight. What do I need tomorrow? 2 weapons, huh? I've already got that, certainly. Come on, Griff. Come on, Griff. Yeah, I got him. My wife's been getting up my shorts about getting some food. Don't worry, I've got just what you need. An overpriced melon. Oh, I know. How's this? Yeah, that'll do. What I really wanted to do was pay double price for a juicy, ripe melon. Sell this to me. I demand it. Politely, that is. I think there was a ... in there, so if EQ's still alive and awake, you should just drink. Well, alright. I feel like my evil Griff voice is jumping all over the place. I've done like 4 different evil voices that are similar but not the same. Right then, get this sorted, please. Ha 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 ha. I'd like to buy this double-price sword. Even though I'm the one that sold it to you. At almost 30% of this cost. Recettear, I need 3 pieces of armor and I need them in 3 days. Can you pull that off? I'd like to buy this, but, well, I want a good price, you know? I'll take that price. Iria. She'll be here soon. You have one of these? It's a lucky day for us both, then. Oops, wrong direction. Nah, I can't ask you to go any lower. Right, I'll take it. Nope, no, 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 no. Ugh. Selling stuff for her mistresses today. Yeah, that's fine. I'll put up with that. Oh, that's straight. And they're doing a Valley Girl thing. Now this will be handy. I'd love to buy a double-priced durian. Double price, it's super double. The price of precious metals has decreased. Uh-oh. Is durian an actual fruit? I've never even heard of it. Well played, durian. So, Full Metal Alchemist. I'm not the Full Metal Alchemist, he is. I'm his brother, Alphonse. What? Haven't we done this joke like 7 times already? You think we'd grow out of it? White conflict. Alright then. Today's Weapons Day. Welcome to Recettear. Please produce an accessory. So, what you really want is an accessory, huh? Fortunately, all the accessories are low price right now. What is the required pix level? I comprehend. Ooh, I got a wallet up for her. Yeah. This is for my... Oh, fuck. I can't believe I left that on the shelf. Okay. Well, losing 25,000, so... Pix is not a big deal when you're a millionaire. 4 cold weather clothes. Hi there, what can I get you? Huh. Oh, so it's sold here? Man, I wasted all that time walking around. So it's you. I've come to get my weapons. I think the whale killers are the most expensive weapon. Oh, that'll do. And then sell them for 210% in a package deal. Okay, that seems fair. Not only did I sell them for a huge amount of money, I got a heart off of him, which means I increased the wallet size again. And pushing on $2 million. Hey, could I purchase this? Of course you can, my good guild master. Everyone knows you need a single light gauntlet in order to do music videos. Like Michael Jackson. Miguel, will you sell this to me? As a matter of fact, old man, I will. I will sell this to you. A good deal, little lady. Grendo Noginota. White gauntlet. Isabo. Now's a good time to go buy, I think. Is this gonna be a new event? Oh, what to do? What to do? Hey, is something wrong, sir? You seem kinda down. Ah, good day, girls. No need to worry about me, really. I've just got my grandchild's birthday coming up. I'm a little stuck on what to get her, I'm afraid. Choosing a proper gift for a child is always a challenge. Yeah, I wonder what would work best. Is it a boy or a girl, sir? That is an important factor. Oh, a girl. A bit younger than little Recettear, I suppose. In that case, there's no question. Gotta go with a doll. Really? A girl who is beginning to mature may not desire dolls any longer. I believe an encyclopedia or something similar may... An encyclopedia? That'd be unfeeling and boring. Oh, come now. If he has a mind about her future, a doll is not. But if you don't have dolls to play with, you can't grow up to be a nice person. Really. We may not have an encyclopedia handy at the moment, but when we return to the store, I am going to teach you their value. Hey, I can do that too. For once, I saw a book the other day called Dolls and the Formation of Personality, and it said, girls, do you know who I am? Or where my house is? Or who you are? Girls, anyone? I actually have so much money, I'm probably just gonna buy a shit ton of items now. Well, you know, it'd probably be best to wait until everything goes on sale again. We're kind of nearing the end of the arc. You know, there's only so many days left. And picking stuff up while it's cheap is a really good idea. I have infinite foods. Is he like Professor Oak forgetting his grandchild's name? That sounds about right. Heretical floor. The super then. Oh, actually I got quite a bit of time. So before day 36, you need to buy up everything and just completely wreck your money supply. Nothing's on sale. Oh, there we go. There's a sale. A sale I can get behind. That one too. And this one. Huh. Huh. Azure necklace +4. Plaid muffler. Platform shoes. Unfortunately, I don't want to use the Brave Heart just in case I needed to make anything else. Huh. Doodly mitts. Where did I get doodly mitts from? Is that a thing that I can make? Man, I need so much stuff that I never really pull out of the dungeon in order to make this shit. 3 adventuring clothes will let me make this shirt. Let's try that. That wasn't it. Where are adventuring shirts? Oh, you know what? I wonder if they're an item I make in the fusion. Yep, there it is. I need tough clothes and fur balls, of which I have neither. Romantic's cape, plaid muffler, leather boot, pure edge. Pure Edge is the name of my band. Twisted Blade. What do I need? Egg toast? You can buy that, can't you? Huh. I need 4 more egg toasts. Maybe you can't buy egg toast? Can I make egg toast? Nope, I gotta pick it up in the dungeon and bring it back. Okay, well. I feel like this is a good place to stop for the night. We've been going for hours now. And, thanks for coming out, guys. It's been energizing to do a stream that isn't horrifying, like Doki Doki Literature Club. Let's see here. Oops. Shoot. And we'll find someone else for you to